2025 is over and it's now 2026. Last year on January 1st, 2025, I did a video ranking every PLE that happened in the year 2024. This year I couldn't do it on January 5th, 2020 or 4th, no, 1st, 2026 because I was busy. I've been doing a bunch of stuff. Whatever. So, I'm finally going to be ranking every single PLE that has happened in the year of 2025. So, let's check it out. And you guys are free to leave your opinions down in the comments below what you guys thought of every PLE in 2025 and rank where you think they are ranked. But anyway, let's hop into today's video. So, these are our rankings. We got awesome, good, mid, and trash. Obviously, awesome is the best one. Trash is absolutely awful. So, we got each PLE, the 12 PLEs that has happened in 2025, in order from Rumble to Survivor Series. Which, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like we were just talking about the Royal Rumble like 5 days ago, and then Survivor Series War Games showed up out of nowhere. Like, time goes by so fast. Like, I remember watching WrestleMania 41, and being mind-boggled. Like, it was crazy. And I remember watching Elimination Chamber. Like, I felt like it was yesterday I was watching these PLEs. But we're in a brand new year. So, let's start off with the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. Did I say Indianapolis? Yeah, Indianapolis, Indiana, 2025 Royal Rumble. This show had a stacked men's Rumble. It had Roman Reigns, John Cena, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Joe Hendry, a bunch of big names. The women's Rumble had the return of Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair. I forget who else was in it. I can't think horrendous. I can't think. All I know is those two. And then we can't forget the awesome match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. The ladder match. That match was, that was peak. That was peak. That was just peak storytelling. And we all thought that, honestly, if you told me the year of 2025 was going to be made for booking in January, I didn't believe you. Because January was honestly a solid month for booking in 2025, if you ask me. So I'm going to put the Royal Rumble in awesome, just because how stacked the Rumble was and how crazy that Rumble was. Because, again, that Rumble also set up the triple threat match at WrestleMania. Seth, Roman, and Punk. That set that one up because that's where that feud basically started. We had the ending of the epic ending of Cody and Kevin, which was nasty. So yeah, we have to put Royal Rumble in awesome. Next up, we got Elimination Chamber 2025 in Toronto. Now, Elimination Chamber had a pretty solid women's chamber match and a pretty solid men's chamber match as well. We had John Cena win the chamber. We had Bianca Belair win the chamber. We also had, this is where Kevin Owens had his last match against Sami Zayn, the Unsanctioned match, which was a great match. Also the return of Randy Orton. And the biggest thing on the show, the John Cena heel turn, where he helped, with the help of The Rock and Travis Scott, beat down Cody Rhodes. And where also Cody Rhodes dropped a F-bomb on live television. So, I think Elimination Chamber 2025 will be going down in the history books for one of the best Elimination Chambers. So, I'm going to put it in awesome, just where the Royal Rumble is. Actually, never mind. WrestleMania 41, a very, very controversial Mania. Because the Mania before this, WrestleMania 40, was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Had the ending of the Bloodline. We had Cody finish his story at WrestleMania 40. And a bunch of other banger matches. WrestleMania 39 was awesome as well. Banger matches on that show. For 2 straight Manias, honestly, I would even throw WrestleMania 38 in there. From WrestleMania 38 to WrestleMania 40, we had 3 solid WrestleManias. And then we come here to WrestleMania 41, and it was mid. Night 1 was a mid-show until the main event, because the main event, let's be honest, the main event of WrestleMania 41 Night 1 was one of the best WrestleMania matches ever. One of them. Then Night 2 had some pretty good, solid wrestling, up until the main event where we had Travis Scott come out when John Cena was winning, which made no sense. So, yeah. I'm going to have to go put WrestleMania in mid. WrestleMania was pretty mid. I won't lie. Like, there wasn't much. I have not watched a single wrestling. To be fair, I won't lie. I have never watched back a single PLE. I don't think I've ever rewatched a PLE I've seen already. I remember watching WrestleMania 38 in live. That was my very first WrestleMania I saw. WrestleMania 38. I have never rewatched that. Have never rewatched 39. Never rewatched 40. And also have never. Well, I'm never going to rewatch 41. And 42's coming up, so I don't know. So yeah, I have not watched any of the Manias I've seen live. That's kind of crazy. But hey, who knows? Anyway, we move on to Backlash 2025 in St. Louis, where he had John Cena's very first championship defense against Randy Orton in his hometown, and where he had R-Truth get RKO'd and kind of cost Randy the match. We also saw Gunther take on Pat McAfee here at Backlash St. Louis. That was pretty exciting. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Yeah, obviously there's more matches. I couldn't really tell you what other matches. Oh, yeah, the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way. The Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. That was a pretty solid match. So, yeah, honestly, all those matches combined made Backlash to me. I know Backlash gets a lot of hate for some reason, but I thought it was a pretty solid and pretty good PLE, so I'm going to put it in good. I really did like it. But mostly the reason why I like Backlash, first off, the Fatal 4-Way match was a great match. Also, the main event. I know that main event, for some reason, gets a lot of hate. But, personally, I like that. That was one of my favorite matches. That was, like, one of the best, honestly, one of the best retirement tour matches that we've gotten from John Cena. I like that. I like the ending of R-Truth costing. I started dying laughing, and I was like, oh my god, what? I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was pretty solid opening to, or main event to a show. Anyway, let's move on to Money in the Bank 2025 in Los Angeles, where we had Cody Rhodes have his first match since WrestleMania 41 in that tag team match with Jey Uso and stuff. And I won't lie, Money in the Bank 2025 was not that great. It the women's Money in the Bank, for some reason this year, was mid. Like, it wasn't good. Normally, the women's Money in the Bank matches are awesome, but it wasn't good. The men's match, it was a good match, but not the outcome I would like. It was not a good outcome. It's Seth, sure, Seth could give it, but I don't really liked it. Naomi, though I did like the winner for the women's Money in the Bank. Naomi, I liked Naomi winning it. I did not like the match, but I like how the winner. Men's, I like the match. I kinda do not like the winner, but yeah. And then the tag match. I'm not sure why they had a tag match. Like they should have. I think they should have ran Punk and Cena here and had Punk. I think they should have Punk and Cena at Money in the Bank and probably ran Cody, Cena, Night of Champions, and then they could have their match at SummerSlam. But honestly, I'm gonna have to put Money in the Bank in mid because it was a very mid show. It was not the best show, I will say. But moving on to Night of Champions 2025, and honestly, one of the better shows of the year. We had Punk versus Cena, which was one of my favorite matches of the year. And one I would say probably top 5 retirement tour matches that John Cena had. So yeah, and I like how Seth Rollins tried to cash in on Cena's title, but he failed. Also, we can't forget about the memorable spot of Charles Robinson getting launched into the steel steps. That was pretty funny. And also Cody, honestly, kind of forgettable, but Cody winning the King of the Ring. Also, that terrible match with Jade Cargill and Asuka. Was that Night of Champions? I couldn't remember that for the Queen of the Ring. But honestly, Night of Champions wasn't too bad. I honestly thought it was good. Was this the show also that Rhea fought Raquel in that street fight? I'm pretty sure that was this when it happened. I remember that match. I only remember when that match happened though. I remember that match happened. I felt like it was October, but maybe that was because Rhea. I remember Rhea having like orange, like type of face paint or face makeup on. Maybe that's why I think it was in October. Was that here? I don't know. They were at some Saudi. They were at Saudi because Night of Champions was a Saudi show. So they might have been, because we only got one Saudi show this year, right? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I thought all around Night of Champions 2025 was a pretty solid show with the matches we got there. Like I really liked Raquel and Rhea, Punk and Cena. And then, of course, that Seth thing. I really did like the Orton Rhodes match. That was a pretty solid, pretty solid match. So yeah, put it there. Moving on to Evolution 2025. Honestly, this show, it's all a women's show, and one of the best shows all year. So I'm immediately putting Evolution awesome, just based off of how such a banger match Rhea and Io had, and then the cash-in of Naomi. That was just mwah. I love that storytelling right there. Also, really did like the other matches, like the Women's Battle Royal. That way, it wasn't the best Royal Battle Royal match, but it was what it was supposed to be. And we got the outcome we wanted from it. So, yeah. And then the other matches too. It featured some NXT stars too. I really like those matches as well. So yeah, all around Evolution was awesome. I actually, this might be a little sleep plug, but I actually in June I reviewed Evolution 2018. So if you guys want to go watch that, that's on the channel somewhere. I reviewed that because that was the first time I actually ever watched Evolution 2018, because I was a wrestling fan in 2018, but like I wasn't watching the shows weekly. Like honestly, I couldn't tell you how to watch them. Like the only channel I knew back then was the channel for Nickelodeon. Like that's all I knew the channel for. I couldn't tell you. I was used to watch like the clips on YouTube of like like wrestling, but I don't think I even watched the highlights of the show or the clips they posted. I just watched like I remember watching like 2017 Royal Rumbles and like Roman Reigns getting beat up by Braun Strowman. Like that's a very good memory I have. Like I remember turning on like probably a tablet or something and watching Braun Strowman beating Roman Reigns up in a um stretcher. I was like, huh? And then I remember Braun Strowman lifting up the truck, like the truck and stuff. Also, I remember, was it Kane? Uh, you know, uh, with the backstage equipment on Brock Lesnar. It's when during his Universal Championship run, right? I remember that. Like, I remember watching those clips on YouTube. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to SummerSlam, New Jersey 2025. And SummerSlam was a massive, massive recovery from whatever happened at WrestleMania. Like, SummerSlam had the redemption story of Cody Rhodes and John Cena actually having a better match than when they had WrestleMania. Roman almost died after almost like landing on his head on that dive he did over the top rope. Clean, by the way. Tiffany Stratton retained. She should have retained at Saturday night's main event. Jelly Roll almost died. I forgot about that match too. That match was crazy. I remember Jelly Roll. That was crazy. Hopefully Jelly Roll can jump off the top rope, Santi. Yeah. God, I don't remember. Oh yeah. There was that. That was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about the TLC match. TLC 2. Bro, that match was awesome. Wasn't that like Andrade's one of his final match? Was he even in that match? Like one of Andrade's final WWE matches? That was pretty. I love that. That was a great show. I won't lie. So yeah, honestly, oh my God, I'm forgetting about the beautiful Seth Rollins faking everyone out of the injury, cashing in and costing Punk the championship after he had a banger match with Gunther. Oh my God, I forgot this show was 2 nights. Also, people, by the way, I gotta say, am I one? I know I'm not the only person that liked CM Punk versus Gunther. CM Punk versus Gunther was a classic Gunther match. It starts off slow and methodical, and then at the end, it's just very fast paced. Very, very, very good. I love that match so much. One of the best matches. One of the best matches on that show. I will stand 10 toes down on that, bro. I will stand all the way down. That match versus Gunther Punk, World Heavyweight Championship match, SummerSlam, banger. So yeah, I'm definitely putting that. Definitely putting this in awesome. SummerSlam was a fire show. Won't lie. Moving on to Clash in Paris. This show was one of the most unexpected shows ever. Because first off, that's when the Becky, Seth, Punk, and AJ Lee feud really kind of started and planted the seeds for the AJ Lee return. And we also got Seth's first title defense. Also, we can't forget about the banger match Logan and Cena had. God, that match, one of the best matches, and that's also kind of where I think where the Cena's tributes started. God, that match was awesome. And of course, we can't forget about Roman Reigns getting squashed by Bronson Reed. That was awesome. That was very, very exciting. And that's where the Trouble Thief started, right? Or was that the... That might have been the SmackDown before or something like that. It was soon... It was like... Maybe that's when Roman got his shoes back. I think Roman got his shoes back at Clash in Paris or something like that. It was somewhere around there. Yeah, because he took his shoes back, he threw them in the crowd after signing them, and then got speared by Braun Breaker. I remember that. So yeah, and all together. Oh, so we can't forget about the stage. The stage was phenomenal. They had the Eiffel Tower as the stage. That was crazy. Putting that in awesome too. That was a good show. Next up is WrestlePalooza. WrestlePalooza. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there isn't, yeah, there is, yeah, do I have to say any more? WrestlePalooza. It belongs in the trash category. There is nothing that can change my mind that this show was good. The Brock Lesnar John Cena match was... I'm not even going to say it. You can make your own opinions. Crown Jewel 2025. Oh my god. Do I have to say any more? Crown Jewel 2025. This match, this show, put on 3 bangers. Number 1, this is where we had Cena AJ. Arguably top 3 matches of the year. Cody Seth 4. That match was a absolute banger. Even though Seth got injured, it still was a banger match. And I am convinced that Cody and Seth cannot have a bad match. I am convinced. They've wrestled 3 times. They've wrestled 4 times. My bad. Cody and Seth has wrestled 4 times together since Cody's return. The first 3 happened in the spring of 2022. And the fourth match happened in the fall of 2025. As they were both the world champions of their brand. And they had a banger match. Their first 3 matches, banger. Also, I would say that the WrestleMania match was the best match of that first trilogy of 3. Obviously, the Hell in a Cell is memorable, but that's mostly because Cody's shoulder was, destroyed. Bicep, was destroyed. Anyway, enough about this. Crown Jewel was awesome. I'm pretty sure Tiffany and Stephanie had a pretty good match as well. So I'm putting this as awesome as well. And also, now I'm thinking about it. Is Royal Rumble this awesome, really? I remember Royal Rumble being good. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep the Royal Rumble on here just because I like the men's Rumble, the women's Rumble, and Cody Owens. Cody and Owens. And for the final PLE of 2025, it's Survivor Series War Games San Diego. And this show was awesome. It was not... Okay, hold on. It was good. It had both War Games matches, which I thought were pretty solid. The women's especially, they made a big improvement from unlike last year. Men's, it was okay. It was pretty solid match. And they also teased the Cody Roman stuff. Oh, I can't wait for that. And The Dom and Cena stuff, that was pretty good. That was one of my favorite. Actually, that was probably my favorite match of the night. The Nikki Bella Stephanie match. We don't talk about that. And yeah, Survivor Series War Games I thought was overall a pretty solid show. So I'm going to put it in good. It's not mid. It was a pretty solid show, honestly. But if you do ask the internet, it was the mid show. I did post a poll on this on my socials, and they said it was garbage. So, I mean, you can't really trust, the internet. But yeah, these are my rankings for the PLEs in 2025. What do you guys think in the comments below? And I know you guys won't. I know there will be people in the comments be saying, they disagree hard. They really disagree. But I strongly believe that there is way better there is way better PLEs than there was bad PLEs. There was more good actually, that's the what I'm looking for. There was more good PLEs than bad PLEs this year. Right? Obviously, you could say that the booking in 2025 was very inconsistent and not as good as it was the previous years. But if you look back in the 2010s, in like the late 2010s, from that the last bit of the Vince McMahon era, like that 2019-ish area, to maybe like 2020-ish, there was not that good of a booking. So, yeah. Again, leave your opinions down in the comments below, and you are free to rank them yourself. But that's all I have, guys, today. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you tomorrow.